It might be one of the most expensive cities in the world, but the sovereign island city-state of Singapore has developed quite the glowing reputation among travelers for many reasons. It's a city known for being extremely clean, well-planned, and exceptionally entertaining. If you've always wanted to visit Singapore but have no clue where to start planning your trip, this video should hopefully give you a few pointers. Join Viewcation as we take a look at some of the best attractions in Singapore. Gardens by the Bay. Arguably one of the most recognizable landmarks in Singapore, Gardens by the Bay's landscape would fit right in on the set of a film that takes place on an alien planet. If you're looking to immerse yourself in nature without having to lace up your hiking boots, Gardens by the Bay is exactly the urban jungle you've been waiting for. The gardens are located in Marina Bay and feature a wide array of amazing things to do and see. Its most impressive feature is its super tree grove, which features 18 vertical gardens, the tallest of which stands at nearly 20 stories tall. We recommend visiting the super trees come nightfall, but any time of day will provide you with an awe-inspiring experience. Admission is free, and the park is open daily between 5 a.m. and 2 a.m. Marina Bay. This vibrant and diverse district is considered to be Singapore's tourism epicenter. Marina Bay is home to some of the city's most visited attractions, like the Art Science Museum, Gardens by the Bay, and the Float at Marina Bay, the world's biggest floating stadium. Here you'll also find the aforementioned Singapore Flyer as well as Merlion Park. More on that one in a bit. While many features will lure you in, the crown jewel of this district is without a doubt the Marina Bay Sands Resort. The complex boasts having a world-class casino, performance halls, numerous nightclubs, as well as a variety of shops and restaurants. The rooms are all very luxurious, and the Sand Sky Park, which is an elevated open-air concourse, is also worth seeing. Before we tell you more about the best of Singapore, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. National Gallery Singapore. With over 90,000 works of art, the National Gallery Singapore houses the most extensive collection of modern art in Southeast Asia. The facility is spread out across two equally beautiful local monuments, Singapore's former Supreme Court building and City Hall. Most visitors spend at least a half a day here exploring the museum's numerous galleries. If you're looking to avoid long lines, you might want to consider visiting on a weekday and purchasing your tickets online in advance. Kampong Glam. As the Islamic center of Singapore, this district is home to the city's largest mosque, the Masjid Sultan. With its enormous dome and 4 minarets, this landmark isn't easily missed. Besides being a religious epicenter, Kampong Glam also boasts a thriving cultural scene. From its red light district leanings to its many restaurants, shops, and kiosks, this delightfully inviting and eclectic enclave is a must-visit. Over the years, it's gone through many changes, but its religious and historical roots have blended perfectly with the city's modern flair. Singapore Botanic Gardens. For a city as large as Singapore, you'd be shocked to learn how many parks and green spaces it has intermingled among its towering skyscrapers. The Singapore Botanic Gardens is one of the finest examples of spaces like these in the city. It was previously an unused plantation, but now the 60-acre gardens are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This attraction draws in both casual nature lovers as well as scholarly botanists from around the world with its world-famous botanical libraries. Admission is free, and you could easily spend all day wandering around the garden's many acres of varied vegetation. While it's all worth seeing, we recommend starting with the National Orchid Garden. Cloud Forest. This climate-controlled domed building houses the futuristic-looking space known as the Cloud Forest. It features an indoor waterfall as its primary attraction, which cascades 100 feet down a man-made mountain. The Cloud Forest aims to mimic the climate of the misty Singaporean mountains, which is much cooler than the local region. The waterfall creates jets of spray and water vapor that, coupled with the cooler temps, create the Cloud Forest's namesake fog. It's a great attraction to visit to escape Singapore's muggy heat. It also doesn't hurt that it's inexpensive and open 7 days a week. Jewel Changi Airport. It might seem odd to include an airport on our list, but Jewel Changi is not your typical airport. The transportation hub also features a nature-themed shopping center, several entertainment options, and a myriad of out-of-this-world restaurants. The airport itself was designed by master architect Moshe Safdie. Some of the top attractions include the Rain Vortex, a 7-story indoor waterfall, as well as an indoor forest complete with a suspended walkway. There are more than 300 retail stores as well. So if you're a shopaholic who needs a dose of retail therapy, you should visit. It's so popular that most airlines will allow you to check in 24 hours in advance just to get the most out of your visit. Singapore Zoo. The Singapore Zoo first opened its gates in 1973. It spans almost 7 acres and is home to more than 300 species of animals. Often praised for its unique design, this zoo has opted for an open captivity model that allows the animals to feel far less restricted by their enclosures. Visitors can get around the zoo by tram or boat, and after dark, it features one of the world's only contained night safaris. Visitors can get up-close and personal glimpses at how nocturnal animals behave once the sun goes down. The Intan. This private home houses one of the city's most impressive and extensive collections of Peranakan artifacts. The owner, Alvin Yap, has spent the last 3 decades collecting more than 1,500 artifacts and works of art tied to the Peranakan culture. Some of his most notable pieces include ornate beaded slippers known as kasut manek, which were once worn by Straits Chinese women, as well as enamel tiffin carriers that are hand-painted with beautiful floral patterns. Visits are by appointment only. Pulau Ubin. This island was at one time known for its many granite quarries, but after they all closed down in the 70s and jobs became scarce, most residents decided to leave. Today, the island is home to fewer than 50 people. These stragglers have decided to stay behind to live a simpler way of life than most modern people would likely find. For them, the old way of doing things is still the best way. Visitors looking for a reprieve from the hustle and bustle of the city enjoy visiting this island to get a taste of old-world charm. If you ever wondered what Singapore was like decades ago, this is your chance to see. To get there, take a 10-minute ride on a boat that sets out from Changi Point Ferry Terminal. It makes for a perfect day trip for those who want to see a bit of Singapore's history. Merlion Park. This promenade overlooks Marina Bay. It's home to an iconic 28-foot-tall Merlion statue. In case you're wondering, that's exactly what it sounds like. Half lion, half fish. The massive carving shoots water out of its mouth into the bay. The fish represents Singapore's humble beginnings as a sleepy fishing village, while the lion is a reference to Singapore's nickname, the Lion City. The statue and promenade was built in 1972, and it remains one of Singapore's most popular tourist attractions. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Singapore? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.